somebody with your irresponsible self. See, the other side of it is an innocent citizen with a good driver's license is driving down the roadway and you almost head on that person.
Because they was in my lane.
You can't even stand up because you're foot. They was in my lane.
Get back there and take your naive, out-of-control self. You know this is under California and United States law. I really can have you arrested. We do every now and then.
Good.
Tell me where the freak's at.
A shrimp boil and an alcohol-fueled rush for cocktail sauce ends with a driver swimming to safety. Handyman William Pitt is suing his ex-girlfriend for totaling his SUV. Defendant Farrah Ritchie says it was an accident. Now, here's Judge Joe Brown.
Let's see, Mr. Pitt, you say your former girlfriend was operating your 1998 Mitsubishi Montero sport truck, and she totaled it. And Ms. Ritchie, you seem to be asserting as a defense that you don't owe because it was an accident and not on purpose, as the plaintiff appears to believe. You first, sir.
Okay, a friend of mine had called me, it was July, wanted to do a shrimp boil, and he said he brought some shrimp and some beer. And we
Sound like you're from Alabama, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go right ahead.
He brought the shrimp and the beer, and we were sitting around cooking the shrimp. Realized we didn't have no cocktail sauce. So she said she would go get the cocktail sauce, and I told her no because everybody had been drinking. Next thing I know, she's gone in my truck, come back soaking wet, couldn't tell me where my truck was at.
This part is amusing.
She said, run my truck off in a creek.
And swum to shore and hitched the ride back to the party.
Yes, sir.
That's nice and simple to the point. Did you get the vehicle repaired, or is it irreparable?
No, sir. It's beyond repair. It's like the estimate to fix the body on it's like 2 times more than the truck's worth.
$3,800 private purchase. Okay. Let me see your pictures, Madam Sonia, if it be so kind.
Well. You can see she didn't even try to stop when she ran into the ditch.
Yeah, it appears to have gotten rather waterlogged. From what I'm looking at, it's a mess. All right, you've given me a sworn accounting. All appears to be in order. Let's go to the defendant. Now, give me your defense, please.
He swears that I did it on purpose, and I didn't. After I seen
how did you manage to wind up in the middle of this creek and have to swim to the shore?
Because there was an oncoming car coming in my lane. I swerved to avoid it and wound up in the creek. You think I wanted to swim to shore?
Okay, so somebody was coming towards you and you had to swerve to get out of the way, right?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
After much beer and other whatever that you consumed, everybody was half drunk, so he didn't want anybody driving, so let's deal with it.
I object to
you
that.
know, well, you object, I guess you do, but I mean, that's not a basis for objection. You got to state that there's some improper
he might have been half drunk, but I wouldn't.
Oh, you weren't, but are you, when's the last time you had a drink?
Last night, yes, sir.
How late last night?
Probably about 9 o'clock.
You're still under the influence right now. So what were you doing when you were at the party? So you say you were at the party and you really wanted the cocktail sauce. You took his keys and his truck.
They was laying on the counter. I ain't never had no complaints from
She didn't even
them.
go towards the grocery store. That wreck didn't even happen. There was
Well, that's another thing. If we take the overlay of where this occurred, it is not going to the nearest source of cocktail sauce. So where were you going?
I was going straight to the grocery store.
Did you get it? No.
Yeah, I did. Most of the expensive cocktail sauce I ever bought in my life. But I got it.
In other words, you were drunk as hell and you had no business taking a vehicle and ruining this multiple $1,000 item of property here so you could get some cocktail sauce. And on top of it, you don't have a driver's license. Your driving privileges are not in good order.
Excuse me, Judge. He don't
Well,
either.
he wasn't the drunk driving down the street.
He only decided to sue me after I started living with somebody else,
He might have said good riddance.
which he had have, and just been done with it.
In a vehicle taking a swim with the fish and an idiot having to swim to the shore, hitchhiking home soaking wet to go back and eat some boiled shrimp with some cocktail sauce is about as asininely stupid as it gets.
Thank you.
Oh, my. Now, you have problems in your life. Let's talk about them. And you obviously are in denial. You have a 13-year-old, a 10-year-old.
Hold
They
up.
don't live with you. And you have a 2-year-old son with the plaintiff, and he's got the 2-year-old. So you are technically
don't
a mother.
have a 2-year-old.
Oh, yes, he does. And
No, he don't.
no, excuse me. Right now, you're not paying child support on any of your 3 children, and you don't have the custody of any of them.
Excuse me, Judge.
You
What
are
is that?
no, this has got a lot to do with it because you're going to kill somebody with your irresponsible self. See, the other side of it is an innocent citizen with a good driver's license is driving down the roadway and you almost head on that person.
Because he was in my lane.
You can't even stand up because your foot. They was in my lane.
Get back there
No.
and take your naive, out of control self. You know this is under California and United States law. I really can have you arrested. We do every now and then.
Good. You're just being mean.
I know, I'm being mean.
I
So are you.
know.
I'm trying to save you, and I'm trying to save this country from stupidity.
You ain't trying to save me, you're trying to save him.
He's supporting the child you have with him. You aren't, mother. But you feel good about yourself?
Not yet.
You picked her.
I think it ain't always got me in the best place.
Live and learn. 3,000 in your cost, that's your jurisdictional limit.
And this courtroom is now in recess.
The defendant didn't deny that she was under the influence in court. Certainly her judgment wasn't the best. She tried to approach the bench at one point. She's going to have to pay the plaintiff.
Okay, ma'am.
Here, give me 1 second.
Yes.
You own your own condo, am I correct?
Yes, I do.
Do you have
Yes,
money?
I do,
Do you have
sir.
money in the bank, ma'am?
Not right now.
Well, how do you pay for your bills at the condo?
Okay. That's
I work.
right. She's
What do you do for work?
What she's gonna do.
I work as a hairdresser. I own Beach Bathing Hair Salon, and I'm also Kayla Cupcake.
You're also what?
It might help to go over.
Kayla Cupcake. I'm an escort, too.
No. Right.
One star, slash one star
She'll tell you where it is.
magazine model.
Information. I already talked to her.
Okay, well, I guess that kind of sums
See real
everything
quick.
up.
And she's, yeah, you can see she's sitting right over
And my boyfriend will bail me out this time, I guess.
Okay, all right, ma'am. Look, wow.
I'm also Beach Babies Hair Salon. Beach Babies from Fort Lauderdale Beach and Gulf of Chamano, and I do it in my condo and other people's houses, my clients' houses. A hairdresser
Oh, okay. Thank you. I wasn't sure.
for 30 years, 30 years.
Wow. State, does she have any priors? I think this is already, I think I remember this from.
And I've been beaten up tonight by police. The police also, and also this too, from somebody who pushed me on the ground.
Judge.
All over my body.
She does have a.
Disgusting. It is just, I have a medical condition, I have
Light of her
insomnia.
condition, Judge, please not report.
What do you suggest we do, sir? I don't think we're releasing her at this point, just based on this.
You can ask for the court to, her to make an appointment with either Archways or Henderson. She's somebody that needs help. I mean, she's not going to get the treatment that she needs at the jail.
You take it from that.